my first career. I spent 24 years in the Air Force. And then I went on to teach Air Force Junior ROTC for 10 years. And then I took care of a bunch of sick people in the family for 5. And then I opened the gallery here. This wall is the feature wall, which changes every 30 to 45 days. Well, Todd's only getting half a month on this one, but this is all his work. I decided to put up all the jazz pieces that he had because I had a student art contest at the beginning of the month. So their stuff stayed up for 2 weeks.
And guess who won second place?
Yes.
Morris.
That young man there.
Oh, wow. Congratulations. That's amazing.
And we do have a lot of teachers in our family. By the way, this guy is married to our cousin. And I don't know if you know, she is my cousin.
Yes.
And she's also a cousin.
I love that.
So,
in the family.
Yes.
We have a lot of
That's
family.
great.
And the very first art show I had here, the opening, when I opened the gallery, it was all family on the wall. Family of artists were on the wall. Some were deceased, but we still had their artwork. So it was just a labor of love for me to be able to showcase my family. And then you'll notice that it is a very eclectic collection of artwork. Nothing is the same. Everything's a little bit different. Want to appeal to more than one group of people, so it's a little bit of everything. And I do take things in from artisans that are local that make roses out of money. Like this.
That I like that.
Oh my God, that's
Somebody left me $20. Yeah, I don't know where that came from, but another relative makes these. Cousin sits home and makes these. I could never do this. It's a little too tedious for
Because
me.
of Val, right?
Yeah, she makes these, and she does all kinds of money trees and for different events and things. So artisans, there's art in pretty much anything. So, anybody have any questions?
What else do you do here?
What else do I do here? I host events like this.
I love it.
If anybody has a small meeting or small event, we can do those here. And I promote pageantry, of course, since meeting this young lady, and that was a happenstance.
She's like my fairy godmother.
I started following her on Instagram when she was Mrs. Philadelphia, and said, if you're ever in South Jersey, stop by. One night I was sitting here, it was late, there was a knock at the door, and I'm like, oh, it's her. I let her in, we talked for about an hour and a half.
And she started calling all the local business owners, like, guess what I have here? Come over. And that's how I met the little things. Through her, I met Todd.
Yeah.
I met Tamie, who's a real estate agent, and Carmen. And she introduced me to most of my pageant sponsors.
Yeah.
Wow, what a great
So we have a close knit connection. Business, the small businesses here. We all try to collaborate with one another as much as we possibly can. And she did an excellent job at bringing everybody together through doing the pageant, which I thought was phenomenal.
I told her she should be in public relations.
Well, she kind of is. She's the ambassador here, so I look at all the events that she's been hosting since she won her title, and she's been trying to incorporate pageantry in almost everything that she does. So it's all positive.
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
So proud of her.
Proud of her too.
And how long has it been open? Let them know how long you've been.
2021. However, I've been selling artwork for like 30. How's my daughter? She's 36. Almost 40 years now. I've been selling artwork on and off because I used to open my house up twice a year and do art shows at the house.
And framing and all.
Do you do auctions?
Auctions. The only auction I've done is for our alumni association. I'm an outgoing trustee for the alumni association. That was one of our things we did. A huge online auction, which was kind of cool. We had about 40 baskets
Oh.
that we auctioned off.
You also do framing?
I do custom framing. You can do quickie framing with, if you have something that is a standard size, you can do something really quick, pop it in a frame and go. And anything else? I don't know. What else do I do? I don't know.
Cut mats and glass
Cut
and everything
mats, cut
else.
glass. I don't cut glass. I'm scared of glass. I have other people who cut glass for me.
So what sparked your interest in art?
Probably because of my friend from kindergarten who got off the bus at the wrong place, at the wrong stop. And my mother took her on her porch. And then we knew somebody would come find her because she dressed her. She got off at the wrong stop. So my cousin came down the road, her mother-in-law came down the road looking for her, and we were best friends since kindergarten.
Yeah.
When we were in elementary school, I had a brilliant idea for us to make some extra cash. We were little. And I said, how about you draw maps and I'll sell them?
I'm Tamie Pettiford. I'm a real estate agent and a broker as well. I've been in business for my 20th year. And why I'm passionate about real estate, because everywhere we walk, we think everything we do is all real estate. So one of the things about kind of connecting what Myrtleyn has been doing with the town here in Merchantville. So everybody has a dream, right? So each person, they either had a dream to own their building or a dream to lease their building. So that's a part of real estate that we don't think about. We think about just home ownership. So Sharon has this space. She leases this space. Todd has his art here, so it's a form of real estate. As he hangs his pieces here, you know, we have negotiations and contracts. So real estate is so many different things. The one thing I think that people miss about this community, you have businesses that have been here for a very long time. Did you go to Castle of Beauty today?
Yes.
So I call them Tito and Victor, purveyors of soul, funk, and rebellion. They've been here alongside of Mr. Sam, who's been here for about 30 years. They've been here over 20 years. They not only run their business out of that building, but they own their building. So I think that's a huge thing, especially for minority people in different communities and communities where businesses traditionally have had short-lived lives. So I think that they don't get the credit they deserve. But they purchased that building. Downstairs they have their salon. Upstairs, I believe that is zoned for a resident. I don't know whether or not they're utilizing it for such. Mr. Sam across the street, he also owns his building. He has a cigar shop. There are other businesses that have also leased. So I think it's important in real estate that you find small towns like that and you cultivate them. So that's another thing that I've been passionate about over the years. A lot of my clients are family clients. One of the biggest things as a real estate agent, a lot of your work is referral based, and that's how I've been able to survive for 20 years. So there's people in this room that had other careers before and have supported me. He's flipped a few homes. So we've worked together. A lot of the business owners refer me business here in town. What else? I've worked with some athletes, and so I think even with the athletes, one of the things people think when you have money, the worst thing you can do is spend it all on a house. You have to make a purchase that makes sense. So I have one client, he did the best thing. He had a great support. So this goes for everybody. When you buy your first home, don't make it your dream home. Make it a home that's affordable, one that you're able to think long term. A lot of communities, different communities throughout the country, they understand how money works. They understand how generational wealth works. So they'll buy a property, hold it. Maybe you'll get a duplex and you'll put your family member in one, you live in one. In some cases, you'll buy it and then you hold it because you bought it at a good cost. So you rent it out. So I'm passionate about people taking their asset and really growing from that asset and not just getting it and releasing it back to the universe for someone else to enjoy, but you get nothing from it at that point. So I'm just big into people understanding what they're doing and helping people fulfill their dream through real estate.
That's amazing.
I love that.
So that's my perspective. Thank you. Thank you, Myrtleyn.
Love it.
I love you more. I'm not doing that.
Oh, mwah. Nice to meet you. Your hair smells yummy.
I just
washed it.
Fresh. Oh, she did.
Yeah, that's why I said I've seen you. We're not going to do that.
Oh my
So you
goodness.
have fans who smell like a hill?
Yes.
Yeah, we were all there screaming at the pad.
Oh my gosh, you guys, it was a good group. Oh my gosh, great audience.
You get one too? I hope you didn't get my backside.
Your hair smells so good. Your curls are so good.
It does smell good. What is it?
My fragrance is, what's my fragrance? It's Flower Bomb, the Tiger Lily one, the new one.
Oh, yes.
The old one I've been wearing
Yes.
for years.
Oh, you came all fresh
Yeah.
in here.
I did. I good.
Well, we've been working so hard all day.
Stayed at a.
We made sugar scrubs.
We sure did.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
That's my favorite place. I love that place.
Have you used it? I used it and my skin was like the softest.
Yes, I did. It was
Yeah.
wonderful.
It was really good.
Yeah.
She'll be happy to hear that.
I love your necklace, by the way. Oh.
Oh, it's magnet.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a
I thought it
bracelet,
was gonna
and there's a
fall.
bracelet too.
Oh.
But I wanted to wear this one because this was my mother's.
Oh.
It was my mom's bracelet.
Nice.
So I wear
That's
that a lot.
special.
And then my
that's
neighbor
so special.
across the street, when he died, when they were cleaning out the house, they gave me this one. It was hers. I saw it and I'm like, I have one similar. So they gave it to me to wear with my mom's bracelet.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Love it.
Yeah.
Three
Boy,
girls and
three
one boy.
girls. 3 girls, 1 boy. At least you
so
got
we're
your
the
boy.
same.
Oh, yes, that's
3
right.
girls and 1 boy.
That's right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Girls,
My
girls,
boy
girls,
was my baby.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I loved him as a baby. Oh,
I said, baby,
Oh,
not to say that I don't still love him.
Pretty.
It says Realtus. It's an association that was
Oh.
established in 1947. So since we talked about your steps to your American dream, and we kind of talked about that with you and coming through Merchantville, prior to 1947, people of color, specific African Americans, were not allowed to actually purchase homes, deeds were written,
Right,
we
right.
couldn't transition, but we also were not allowed to practice real estate.
mhm.
So the National Association of Realtors, which I'm a member of that trade association as well, they did not want that. So eventually over the years with the laws against discrimination
Right.
evolved, and out of that came NARAB. So NARAB is the National Association of Real Estate Brokers. They empower, enrich, elevate, educate.
I like that.
They have a shield here, but
Oh,
when
that's
you
the shield.
yeah, it's the shield, but and I have a piece of the shield here too. But when you and I knew I was gonna be the queen, so I had to bring my so when you and I have talked about the steps in Merchantville, and I tell you like real estate is everything. You know, what do we need? We need food, shelter, clothing.
Yeah.
And it's fitting because I just heard something. So when you're in the Air Force, there's no man or woman left behind, right? So the person in the front they're in the front, they have to step back to grab the person in the back to get them to the front when you're in a situation where they're left behind. So in these steps to Merchantville, I've been thinking about this. That's kind of what you've done. You've actually brought us together, you brought Myrtle together, and as you see people who in their business and in their brand, which kind of goes along with what Myrtle's crown is about, being the brand ambassador.
Yes.
You kind of reach back to businesses because we don't know, like people see the bling and they see you all happy and looking at your back, you're looking your best. But ideally, we all have a story behind that, right? And so a lot of these business owners, what you're doing here, we have to talk about the reality of some people because of Dr. Sharon, Tears, you know, many different names we call her, but because of her,
Tears.
she's coming back. Like look at Brenda. Like we reach back out to bring her, pull her forward to talk about kind of the root of pageantry. So I think that was kind of cool. So I said, let me bring my shield and let me bring this and let's talk about it. Yeah, so in real estate, I think I've told you that before, what's important is to provide value to people, to show them what the American dream is, because anybody who leases on this block, they're investing in someone else's real estate, in some cases, to fulfill their dream. When you own the brick and mortar and you have that under one LLC, then you have a business in there. You're basically renting from your own company, so there's benefits to that. And then if you have a second floor tenant, which I don't know if they do, but there's another stream of income. So when we're looking at properties and looking at building our life, it's important as we build our American dream that we look at things top to bottom. And so top to bottom is, you know what, if I buy this building, I have multiple streams of income, because the American way now is to have like 5 ways you're earning money while you're sleeping, right? So that's important, and that's kind of like the mission for me, to help people with that and understand that. And it's, you know, we teach our kids, buy a house, go to college, right? But here's the thing, you don't really teach it, you just say it, right? So it sticks. It's like a slogan. It's almost like we should brand that as, it's just different things, right?
Guess I'm up. All right, my name is Todd Johnson. I live here in Pennsauken, which is the next town over. I'm cousins to a lot of folks in here. I grew up in Atlantic City, New Jersey. It's about an hour away. Most of you may know that. In school, I loved art. It was one of my favorite subjects, but I guess I picked it up from my aunt. They used to do those paint by numbers. I don't know, some of you probably too young to remember.
Oh, the numbers.
Yeah, they have the numbers, and you take your oil paints and you just follow the numbers and
yes.
put your color in that specific number. And my aunt was really good at it. And I think that kind of spurred me on to liking art, I went on to high school, and in high school I had an art teacher, and that art teacher used to tell me, she said I was a pretty good artist, but one thing I like to do is put black outlines on my artwork. Well, I didn't quite listen to it, because if you look at a lot of my artwork, you'll see black lines around my work. That's just something I like to do. Like here is that's an original. I'm gonna explain that too. When you have a passion, follow that passion, because you don't know where it's really gonna take you. So me and my art has taken me into areas I never thought of. I now reproduce artwork for other artists and for myself. So many of the pieces up here, I created the original, but these are prints. These are prints on canvas. Some of them I do on canvas and mount. And some, let's see, this is the original, but some of them are actually canvases and they're stretched. Do you guys understand what stretched is? You stretch a canvas around wood and then you put it up inside the frame. But my love for art took me into printing. Now I do photo restoration. You got old cracked up photos, you want those restored. I do that. I create note cards of people's artworks, and gotten into framing, able to do my artwork and always have something going. So you follow your passion and you don't know where it's going to take you. So just go with it, I do have something for you guys though, too. I had an aunt through marriage who was an artist. I had Phyllis Pendleton. She did quite a number of things, paintings and all, but she did these beaded angels. I gave out quite a few of the angels, but I also took pictures of them. So I went on and I made note cards of them. So for you ladies, you get a 5-pack, and it tells you what's in the pack.
Goodness.
On that. These are printed by my other business, which is TJ Studios. You'll see it on there. Are we missing any over here? Okay.
Can I borrow a crown? I want a pack.
There we go. I got a few others.
Oh my gosh! Good to meet you. We heard so much about you.
I'm Katya.
Hi, Katia.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Oh my goodness, I've heard wonderful things from my Queen Ambassador.
Hi, Brenda.
Hello. How are you?
Hi.
Oh, happy to see you too. I was.
Oh my, yes, you're still killing it.
Oh, thank
Oh my
you.
goodness.
Thank you so much.
So you were a queen 1971?
Yes. Wow. Yes.
That's incredible. This is amazing. Well, you just paved the way for many of us. Thank you.
You're
Yes.
welcome.
Oh my gosh, this is so fascinating.
Got to see the book.
Oh, yeah, I
I was like, Gina, I didn't get to see the book.
I didn't realize that you
saw it.
We were talking.
I was like, we're gonna have to do a date or something because I want to see the whole presentation and I want to see the book. Yes. So I'm really excited. That
She
that we're doing
was
it
surprised.
today.
I didn't even get to see it.
I didn't know. I
Yes.
didn't know. I thought everyone got a
This
chance
is the
to
book.
see it.
Yes,
The book.
The book I didn't get to see.
The book.
The book.
Yes.
Hunter.
Look at the artwork too. This is
Isn't this
beautiful.
beautiful?
Yeah.
This is where all the magic happens, huh?
Oh, you know how
Oh
It's
my gosh! And you still
My daughter did
protected.
one.
Did
She did one and said, "That's it."
That's it.
She did one
Oh
pageant.
my gosh!
She didn't like having to ask people to sponsor her.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's kind of shy.
Yeah, that's hard.
Oh my gosh!
I'll tell them, I was very
Miss
shy.
New Jersey competed for Miss USA
Yeah,
crown. Wow.
Got it? Okay. Straighten the crown.
In Miami, New York.
Oh my gosh. So you look like you had a great time.
I did.
Wow. How wonderful.
Who's this?
Oh, he's a former what do you call it? NBA
Uh-huh.
basketball player.
Oh, and
Willis
you did
Reed,
the
in New York
parade.
Knicks. Yeah.
Oh, he was really close.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
He was one of the
Beautiful.
judges.
Look at the top.
He's the height.
Yes.
Yeah, he was almost 7 feet tall.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
Yeah.
Jeffy's still living?
Yeah. I don't know. That'd be interesting to see. I have to look him
What's his name
up.
again?
Willis Reed,
Beautiful.
the Knicks. That's who
Look
he
at the
played
hair.
for. He was
Beautiful.
real popular back in the day.
Yeah.
All family there. Mm-hmm.
We come from
Oh,
a huge
Miss
family.
Nebraska.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it says
The
was.
times.
Were the women nice back then as well?
Yes, most of them were.
We get to
Oh,
Beautiful. I love that.
Aw.
Oh my gosh.
yeah, my roommates were very nice.
Mhm.
One was Miss Rhode Island, and the
Mhm.
other one was Miss was she Connecticut? Yeah, and they were very nice. And Miss California was wonderful. She was like
Really?
we became friends. Yeah,
That's nice. So it was a great experience.
it was a
for
great
you.
experience. Great experience. Yes.
Well, I don't know about back then, but I need to know because I felt like we worked so hard. I'm hanging by a thread, America. I'm just saying. We worked really, really hard. So I want to know back then, was it as involved? Because involved in fundraisers and charity events and then promoting, everybody else's businesses and everything. How was it back then?
It wasn't that difficult.
Mhm.
We did I did appearances all over,
Mm-hmm.
the United States, but it wasn't that difficult. And I said, that's the difference. You guys weren't sponsored than I was. I wasn't sponsored.
Mhm.
That I had one lady who asked me to be. She was a modeling. She owned her own modeling studio,
Mhm.
and she asked me if I would like to be in this contest.
Mhm.
And I had done one other contest before, and I did it last minute because I was very shy.
Mhm.
This experience really helped me to blossom.
Yes.
It really did, and I was very young. I was shy. The other contest I sang.
Mhm.
This one it wasn't required to sing, so I didn't have to do that. But I had to model,
Mhm. Mhm.
and so I will say, when I got this, the girls were not that nice
Mhm.
because they were jealous. I believe, and the only really nice one was the first runner up.
Mhm. Mhm.
We bonded a little bit, but I did it last minute, not expecting to win.
Wow.
And
Do you think it was more so for your beauty, or do you feel that it was a combination of your brain? Because
combination
okay.
of my speaking ability,
Mhm.
my modeling ability, and beauty. That was it.
Last minute, and she took that crown.
Yeah.
So do you feel like you develop life skills? Like
I did.
Really,
I did.
Okay.
I really did. I became a teacher, and it also gave me the experience of getting out there, and also like I said before, but I can't do it now. I'm letting you know. I sing, so it helped me to develop my skills with that,
Mhm.
and make appearances and sing in public, where I was very, very, like I said, very shy. Yeah, so it helped me
Currently
be
a member
prepared.
of the Hunter Singers.
Oh,
I'm so
That's great. You're a winner all around.
oh, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. And I do this. I like to talk to young beauty pageant winners and help you guys out.
Goodness, we are honored. Oh my
Yes.
goodness, thank you so much. I was like, I always wanted to talk to someone who won back then. Like, how was it, for them? Wow.
So it was a wonderful experience. I would do it all over again if I had to.
I like
It
that.
really opened the doors. for
Yeah, it
you.
did.
Mhm.
It was a big thing. It was a big deal for us in our town we grew up in too.
I'm sure.
To have somebody
Mhm.
do something so spectacular,
Mhm, mhm.
from little town,
Yes.
especially being a small black town.
Mm-hmm.
That was a significant.
It was so
Significant
funny.
thing,
I have a video of myself saying, they ask you when you were speaking, you'd say your name, and my maiden name was White, so I'd say Brenda White, and then you say the town you're from. So I said Brenda, and they said from New Jersey, but then you say your town. I said Delaire, and they're like,
Where's that?
it's Delaire, because that's how small the town was,
My ambassador of New Jersey and America. And she's so generous. I loved you from day one.
I love you too from day one.
From day one. I don't know what it was. And then
We're
it's just
just, like,
natural,
pulling
effortless.
together.
And then I got to know her. I was like, oh, okay, I have a list. She's on my list.
we're coming back.
We'll be back. We love the model you have on your cover of your door.
Who she
Great
is?
choice.
I'm still trying to find her.
Great choice. Oh my goodness.
And she has things like very godmother.
Yes.